sounds like they definitely did, because your initial Kickstarter goal was at 50,000 and you ended up raising over 84. I mean, that's, nowadays you're seeing, and even a year ago, it has gotten tougher, it seems like.
Has it gotten tougher? I imagine it would.
Yeah, it seems like it has, because that sort of honeymoon phase of crowdfunding is kind of worn off a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty amazing to not only reach such a high amount, but then to go over like that.
I think a lot of it was we were pre-selling the DVD, and because people really wanted to see the film, so that worked out really well. But yes, they were incredibly supportive. We couldn't believe it.
Kickstarter is fascinating. I think it's really interesting. Just as thinking about it, I think Peter Broderick talks about it. It's not just a fundraising thing. It's also a PR thing. So you have to think about it as, you know, a great way to get the word out about your film, whether or not people are donating. I think that's a really interesting element of it. And then the question of timing, like, do you do it at the beginning to get it off the ground, or in the case of film, like, do you wait until you're at that, you know, you've got a film, you've got something that people can get behind that looks very solid and real and tangible and doable and exciting, and then ask people to help to contribute, still knowing that DVDs are at least a year away. I mean, that actually has been one of the more difficult management issues, is that everybody, you know, people understand, they can get behind Kickstarter, but they may not understand that, like, it takes a long time for a DVD to come out. You know, they don't understand the way that films are typically distributed, and they don't necessarily understand, like, the work that has to go into getting something. You know, so, like, dealing with the audience saying, like, where's my DVD? When's that coming out?
Yeah.
You know, all of that, and no matter how clearly you try to say it, it's like, you know. Yeah.
We also waited to put out our trailer until the Kickstarter campaign started. So, you know, on Facebook we said, our trailer's finally here. You know, click through to Kickstarter to see it.
I forgot we did that.
You know, so that was great, because people wanted to see the trailer, and then they were at the Kickstarter site, and that worked well, I think, for us. I don't know. There were lots of. It worked out really well. We were so grateful.
What's a trick to keeping a passionate audience happy? Because I'm sure with passion, there's, you know, people ecstatic about it, but then there's also that, you know, questioning where is something, and also maybe needing constant attention sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's just staying on top of the conversation and getting back to people and being personal, being, you know, the personal attention. I think we try to write everybody back. I mean, we really try to write everybody back.
That's great.
And usually that works out really well.
Usually.
Yeah, it is hard because there's expectations, and we dealt with it too.
Yeah. But I also feel like these people have been invested in the project because they gave money at the, you know, when we were doing the Kickstarter, and the film has come out and it's done well and it got some positive reviews, and that then they feel a part of it, and it seems like people like the film too, thank goodness. But it's, you know, then they tell their friends, because it's like, oh, I was a part of this.
Yeah, and it's so exciting, and the emails that we get, it's like, you know, like, to just print them out and stick them on the bulletin board. There's so many beautiful emails, like thoughtfully written and like lovingly crafted, and it just is like the greatest. It's the greatest thing ever that people feel invested in the film and are rooting it on and care about it. It's so sustaining. It really is.